does sexuality in college environment differ between American culture and Ecuadorian culture? As an international student at WNJ, I thought it might be interesting to share a different perspective about sexualities to my classmates. In order to relate my topic to the course material, I decided to use a text from Wade and Ferre, Sexualities, with a special focus on hookup culture, sexual subjectification in men, rape culture, and orgasm gap. For my project, I compared men and women college students from Ecuador and the United States. The methodology that I used was a questionnaire of 11 questions, which for Americans was done face-to-face and Ecuadorians by a phone call. The sample that I used was 4 Ecuadorian college students and 4 American college students, 2 males and 2 females in each group. In the Ecuadorian group, 3 out of 4 have had sexual relations before. In the American group, 4 out of 4 have had sexual relations before. To develop my project, I explained the purpose of my project to the people that were interviewed. Then, I asked for their consent to record the interview and sharing the information provided to my classmates and teacher. After that, I compared all the answers given by all the participants. I finally came up with a conclusion. Question number 1 was, what were their general expectations about college? Ecuadorian women and men agreed that they expected good teachers and a quality education, expected a lot of work from their classes, big parties, and meeting new people. American women and men agreed that they expected a lot of work from their classes, expected to have independence, and big parties. Question number 2 was, what were their expectations related to sexuality before starting college? Ecuadorian women and men agreed that they didn't have specific expectations because it is not a primary concern. Probably explore more about sexuality, and sexuality is not a topic that you really talk about. American women and men agreed that they didn't have specific expectations about sexuality, but they would probably have more sex. Question number 3 was if they knew what hookup culture is. Ecuadorian women and men agreed that they didn't know about what hookup culture is, but they wanted to know about it. American women and men agreed that they knew all about this term, hookup culture. Question number 4 was if this was something that occurred in their college. Ecuadorian women and men agreed that they suppose this is something that occurs in their college. They don't judge, but they consider that it's something that should be done with responsibility, but they personally do not do it. Just one man disagreed, and he said that he has casual sex. American women and men agree that the hookup culture is something that occurs all the time, and it is something normal. Question number 5 was if they have ever had sex with a stranger in a party. Some of the Ecuadorian women and men agree that they have never done it before. One of the men had never had sex before, and the other man said that he has had sex with a stranger in a party, and it was an American girl. American women agreed that they have never done it before, but both men disagreed, and they said that they have done it several times. Question number 6 for Ecuadorians was if their experience related to sexuality would be different if they lived on campus. Ecuadorian women and men agreed that their experience would be totally different. They said, you do not bring a random person to your parents' house, but maybe I will on campus. Question number 6 for Americans was if their experience related to sexuality would be different if they still live with their parents. American women and men agree that their experience would be totally different because they wouldn't have the freedom to have sex whenever they want. Question number 7 was if they think that international students are more liberals or more conservative towards sexuality than people from their own culture. Ecuadorian women and men agree that internationals are more liberals. Men said, women in Ecuador are mojigatas, which means that they hide what they do. Internationals do what they want. America's women and men agree that internationals are more conservative and reserved. Question number 8 was what they think about men having casual sex. Ecuadorian women and men agree that they don't judge men that do it. It is very common to know about men that have casual sex, that they should do it in a responsible way, and it is more socially accepted for men to have casual sex. Men agree that they don't judge what they do. Women agree that they wouldn't have sex with a man like that, but men agree that that shows your manliness. Question number 9 was what they think about women having casual sex. Ecuadorian women and men agreed that they won't judge what women do. Women said that they wouldn't do it, but men said that women that do it usually are not seen as decent girls, and they wouldn't like to date a girl like that. American women and men agree that they don't judge what women do, but men said they don't look good. Question number 10 was if they knew someone that has been victim of sexual assault and if the victim had reported the assault. Ecuadorian women and men agree that they know at least one case of woman that has been sexually assaulted. They do not know about any men, and they don't think the victim has reported. American women and men agree that they don't know about any case of sexual assault on campus, but maybe it is because the victim didn't report it. Question number 11 was, when they have sex, they care more about their own orgasm or their partners. Ecuadorian women agree that they care the same for both, but men said that they care more about his. American women agree that they care both about the same, but men care more about his. Similarities between Ecuadorians and Americans. In both countries, men undergo a process called sexual subjectification, which means they are told what their internal thoughts and feelings should be. In both cultures, men should be the heterosexual men that have a lot of casual sex. In both countries exist rapes, and the victims don't report the perpetrator, because victims often think it is not a crime or they are afraid that people won't believe them. In both countries, women give the same importance to her orgasm and their partners, and men care more about their own. In both countries, women don't want to have sex with a man that usually have casual sex. In both countries, men do not want to have a romantic relationship with a woman that has casual sex. Differences between Ecuadorians and Americans. In both countries exists the hookup culture, but in the United States, people feel they have more freedom to talk about this topic because it has been naturalized. In Ecuador, people don't talk about this topic. Women often hide it because it's seen as something negative. In the United States, women have more freedom to talk about and practice their sexuality. In Ecuador, women have to hide their sexual life.